So you stopped on this video, you want to know how to install an extra vent in your basement. I'm going to show you how to do that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. I do appreciate that, and let's get into the video. How to install an extra vent in your basement. Let's do it.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to your review channel. Do appreciate you tuning in to this one. So here's a dilemma. If you have a basement or a lower level and there's heat down there, okay, but there's only one vent, okay, and it's kind of cold and you want to fill in, have some more venting. So here is the ductwork here. You can see the ductwork up here. You can see my hand is on the ductwork. So the problem is there's one heat here and it's in the middle of the room, okay, but there's another section that's kind of cold and I want to put another vent. How do you do it? I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. It's pretty simple. It's my first time doing it, but pretty much what you have to do is basically, this is a piece of sheet metal. You cut a hole in the sheet metal, you put a vent in like this, you put a couple of screws in, and that's all you have to do. Sounds easy. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll find out. So basically the ductwork kind of runs all along this open beam here. So let's take a look where I want to put the vent, and let's take a look at it. Okay guys, so this vent runs all the way parallel. So it runs all the way down here, as you can see, all the way down where the vent was. It goes all the way through here, okay? And I want to put it where my workbench is. And you see my workbench before my past videos. So here is the vent here. So what someone attempted to do, it was just like to me, they had something blocking this. They had like a little piece of sheet metal covering this up. And maybe they'll try to make a hole, maybe they try to cut it open, maybe they use this for a vent. But this is where the heat, not the return, but this is actually where the heat comes out, the forced hot air comes out in this trunk, basically call these trunks, continue down to another section of our vent is upstairs. But we're in the basement and we want to put a vent here. So I picked up a vent, I'm going to trace it out, I'm going to cut it out with the sheet metal shears, okay? We want to use straight sheet metal shears and we want to just basically cut it out and put it in. So it's pretty easy. So if you have a basement and you want to put an extra heat somewhere, and if you have access to the sheet metal or the trunk where the output, the heat comes out, you can feel it coming out, and you can see usually where it comes out of the heat vent. Just make sure it's not a return. Usually they're not. Usually the heat vent's coming out, and you just can do a small pilot hole, stick your finger in there, and put the heat on. You can kind of feel it. So that's what I'm doing. So we're going to put a vent in here. I think we'll be successful, hopefully. And I picked one up here, and I'll show you. So I picked one up here. I went to online and picked one of these up, and I'll leave a link below where you can do this. Make sure it has a damper. So basically a damper means a switch, you can shut it off. I don't want this on when I have the AC on upstairs. You'll freeze your you-know-what off in the basement. So make sure it has a damper, they call it. So make sure that damper has, some don't have dampers, some do have dampers. So you want to have a damper to shut it off. And we're going to just put this basically up here like this. We're going to trace out a hole. I'm going to probably put it over where this hole is over here. I'm going to either go this way or this way. Probably going to go this way. I think that makes the most sense. I don't know, maybe this way. I don't know. No. I like it this way. All right, so let's start cutting this out, tracing it, and I'll show you step by step how I do it. And then if you come across doing it, you'll see how pretty easy it is to do it. All right, let's get to it. All you need for tools for this is basically a sheet metal shear, a pen to trace out a marking, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, let's get to the video.
First of all, I just want to thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe. It does help support my channel. I do appreciate that very much. I hope you're learning something. Let's get back to the video.
Okay guys, so I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to open up this bag here. There's a cardboard in here, so we're going to use it as our template. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to over make the hole bigger than the vent itself. You don't want to do that. That's a no-no. And I don't know why. Anybody know why they give you such long screws? I mean, this is like 1.5 inches long for like a 1/8 inch of a sheet metal. I don't know, but maybe it goes into some walls. But most of the time, this goes into sheet metal or I don't know. But if you guys have any questions or any comments on that, let me know what you think about that. Why they have such long screws and all these very thin sheet metal panels you're going to put in. Okay, so here we go. So here's the panel, so you can see it. Okay, and you can see, but this is the damper I was telling you about. So make sure it has a damper, so you can see. So make sure it has a damper so you can open and close it. Okay, so you can see that. So we have the air conditioner on, you want that closed. You want the heat on, you want that open. So that's how the damper works. Okay, and you want to open a little bit, and that just controls the airflow coming into the section that you want. And we want to put this over here. Okay, and this is the point now that you want to have this on this side. You want to have it on this side. So pretty much however you work, however easy it is, to get an idea. I think I like my vent control on this side for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so what I want to do is kind of make a template of this section here. Okay, I don't want to go bigger than that because it won't fit right. Just want to get an idea. So I'll make a template, and I'll make a template out of the cardboard. Okay, so I basically cut the cardboard out to pretty much approximately this size. Okay, and just take it like this here and just trace it. Hopefully you can see, and just to get a rough idea. And you can get, as you can get close, and just cut it down and get an idea on the size. And then when you're done with that, you put the template up here. Then you trace out the line, and then you cut around that line. And that's how we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get this done. Let's first get this template made. Okay, and that should be pretty easy. Just put it up to it, get a little pen, and just cut all around it with the scissors, and then you can just make a template, and I'll show you. And we'll just go from there and see what we do. Okay, guys, let's stay tuned. Let's get to the next step. Okay, guys, so I basically cut out a template so you can see here. So it's not bigger than the actual hole itself because you don't want to make it too big. You want to have it to cover the hole. So here's a template. So that's pretty much what I did. Just put color around it so it would be just outside the parameters of each of the areas. And you can always trim it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. So always, proceed with caution. Always go a little tighter, and you can always trim out bigger if you have to. So now what we want to do is just take this piece here. Now let me get a marker. 1 second. So I have my marker. So hopefully you can see here. So I have the marker. So what I want to do is basically I want to set this up here, but I want to make the hole. And I want to kind of make it in the middle of the hole, kind of where it is. Kind of get it straight as you can. Okay. Take your marker and knock it out. All right, 1, 2, 3. 4. Okay, guys, so there it is. There is your template.
Again, I want to thank you so much for watching my video. Please support my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, like and share. It does help me very, very much. I hope you're enjoying the video. I hope you're learning how to put a vent in. Let's get back to the video.
So there it is. There is your template. So all you have to do, so if you don't have a pre-existing hole like I do, okay, what you're going to have to do is do a pilot hole. So get a drill, okay. You want to drill out a hole, a good size hole, into this here, and basically get your drill like this here, and you start a hole and make a bigger hole, and then you can get your snips in there. And once you start your snips, again, you can cut this out. Luckily I had a big hole here, so it's pretty easy to work with. But if you don't have a hole, like I said, drill out in the center, get a biggest bit you can, and just drill out the hole, make it bigger and bigger. Don't go crazy at one time. You have to go small sections at a time. Drill a small hole, and then a bigger hole, and then a bigger hole, just enough to get your snips in there. Okay, once your snips get in there, you can just start cutting it right out. This will cut pretty easily, and then you just basically just make it, again, get to your template and get to the section you want to get to. And it's going to be a little bit tough to work with, but that's just the way it works. That's sheet metal work, but it's pretty easy.
Okay, guys, so we're just going to fast forward some of this. So I just speed this up so you can get an idea. So basically, once you make your mark, you just cut all around it, just like you see I'm doing here. You got to work with it. It can be a little tough to deal with. I mean, this is a little thicker sheet metal, not that really cheap stuff. This is good quality sheet metal in this construction. So you just got to kind of work it. It can be a little rough, but you know what? Just take your time. Just keep cutting it all out. You can see here, I'm just making cuts and just following that line. Make sure you follow your line. Don't go too big because you don't want the screws not to be able to mount. So that's really important. And then after we get done cutting it out, we're going to cut out the insulation. Let's get back into the video. Hope you're enjoying it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Let's just do a quick a dry fit test and see if we have to trim anything else off anymore. And then we can see where we're at. Hey guys, that is good. What do you think? How does it look? Give me a thumbs up if you think this project looks pretty cool. I think it looks great, okay? So all we have to do now is just cut out some of this insulation, and just be careful if it's not asbestos. Wear gloves, find out what it is. Usually it's safe, but just to let you know, I'm not a professional. I'm just a homeowner trying to show other homeowners what to do and how to do it. So let's cut this stuff out. Just the regular scissors will do it. Alright guys, also if you have any other questions or comments, leave below. Also check out all my other how-to videos online as well. Like I said, you really can't make too much of a mistake with this, but a lot of people see that and they say, "There's no way I can do that." And I want to show you that you can do this. This is a fairly easy project on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 5. I think the biggest issue here is honestly, is confidence. A lot of homeowners don't have a lot of confidence. They get nervous and they think they have to hire everybody to do things. And sometimes you do, but in the most part, you should be okay. All right, so let's see. So I want my vent hole to be on the control to be on this side. Let's make sure that works correctly, which it does. So all I have to do at this point, make a hole there, and make a hole here, a little mark. Just pre-drill a couple of small holes. That way you don't have to fiddle and diddle with trying to push those sheet metal screws in. This is the easiest way to do it. Makes it easy. 1, 2, 3, and also make sure you use metal bits, not wood bits, because wood bits won't work. Believe me, I know. That paint piece just fell off. It's gonna be there out there. As this thing moves a little bit. Okay, so that should be on properly. But a nut driver grabs the nut and makes pretty easy work of it. Let's get the other one in here. And let's get this up. Let's bring it home. Okay guys, so this project is done. What do you think? Give me some comments below if you think this project was fairly easy. I think it is. Okay, open, closed. Okay guys, all right, and that's it. That's pretty much how you put a vent in. What do you think? Leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. Any questions or comments, leave below. That way you can just leave it open when you have the heat on. When you have the air on, you close that damper down and you're good to go. Okay guys, that's it for me. I appreciate you tuning into your review channel, as always, and I'll see you at the next review.